Hi guys, it's Adam at Car Enhancements UK, and today I'm going to show you how to fit our brand new logo projector puddle lights into your MK8 Fiesta and your MK2 Puma. Let's go. So let's go through the tools that you are going to need to fit these puddle lights. To start with, you're going to need to take off the battery live. To do that, you're either going to need a 10mm socket and a ratchet, or 10mm spanner. The next thing we're going to need to do is remove the mirror cap. So for that, you're going to need a trim removal tool. We do supply these as part of the fitting kit that we offer. Next, you're going to need to remove a few screws within the mirror. To do this, you can either use a T10 torque screwdriver that you might have at home already, or you can go out and buy one, or we can supply that as part of the fitting kit. So when we give you the option of the fitting kit, we supply the trim tool and the T10 torque bit. The next thing that you're going to need is a pair of wire snips, because unfortunately there is 2 cuts per mirror that need to be done. And then after that, you can either use these to strip the cable, or you can get yourself a set of wire strippers, whatever you're more comfortable with. Let's show you how it's done. So I just want to go through some pre-installation information with you, because there is a few bits that if you get wrong could cause the units not to ignite, and they could cause catastrophic failure, and the last thing we want is any sort of product problems. So first and foremost, the vehicle's puddle lights function directly via the BCM, and they are not individually fused. Because of this, if you install one puddle light after disconnecting the battery, then you reconnect your battery and go to have a look at what you've already done, then disconnect the battery a second time, go and install the second unit. When you reconnect the battery, you might find that the product just doesn't ignite. And that's because the BCM is entering a temporary shutdown state where it's looking to recalibrate. Whilst the battery is disconnected, we would strongly recommend installing both puddle lights at the same time. Now, I know that there's temptation to fit one side, reconnect your battery, go and admire your work before fitting the second one, but what you're actually doing is creating more work for yourself in the long run. Every single unit that leaves us is tested, first of all, when it's been made, second of all, when it goes into stock, and then we test it a third time before it comes out to you. Because this is our baby and it's a brand new product, we want to be sure that when it's coming out, it actually works. So if your lights have been installed and you think that they've been installed correctly and you've checked everything, there's 2 main reasons why the lights might not come on. The first reason is that a BCM reset is required, and I'm going to explain how to do that for you in a second. And the second reason is that there might be a loose connection in what you've done. So if you follow the recommended installation guide that's going to follow this little snippet, then this will help avoid these issues and it will keep things smooth. So if you install the units correctly, following the video that's about to follow, if all wiring is correctly installed, the connectors are seated properly, and the light is still not coming on, then it's most likely a BCM reset. To do this, you need to start the vehicle and leave it to run for 60 seconds. After 60 seconds, you need to turn the car off, you need to get out, make sure that everything is switched off, lock the car and walk away from it for 15 minutes. Don't go near it for 15 minutes, just leave it. After 15 minutes, if you go back to the car, unlock the car, you should find that the BCM is reset and the puddle light is now working. If the lights are still not working after completing steps, then there's probably an issue with the wiring or the connector. So disconnect the battery again, make sure that before you touch any of the wires that you disconnect the battery. First thing you're going to do is have a look at the clips that we supplied. They're clear, and they're clear for a reason. We've made them clear so that you can see what you're doing. Just check inside where the metal tab lifts up, you can see where the connector is touching the wire. The tab needs to be touching the metal of the wire and not the insulation. So if you're finding that when you're looking through the hole, the wire is not being touched, it's touching the insulation, you need to correct that. If necessary, you might need to strip either our cable or your cable a little bit further, just to make sure that when you're threading it through, that the tab is connecting with the cable and not the insulation. Do not, under any circumstances, look at alternative fitting methods or experimental wiring. You must fit this product using the clips that we've supplied. Please don't think that you know better and try and solder or try and twist wires together and connect tape on it because you can't be bothered or can't be asked trying to use the clips. If you do that and the product doesn't work, you're going to cause yourself damage, you're going to cause your car damage, and you're going to cause our product damage, and we will not warranty it. You need to make sure that you are following this installation guide and fitting it with the parts that we have supplied. If you get stuck at any time, just contact us. We've got a WhatsApp number, we've got an email, just get in touch. Please do not try and think, I'll try this, I'll try that, I'll try whatever, because it's not going to work. And just one other thing to point out as well, when you're trying to fit the unit into the puddle light, in a minute when I show you how to fit them, you'll see that it's really, really tight. Please do not try and force the unit in. Wiggle it around until you get it where it needs to go, because if you try and force it in, this is going to happen. I'm going to chuck a photo on the screen now what happens when you try and force that unit into the light. It is very tight. There's no way around that. We've got limited space and the unit needs to be a certain amount of size to be able to do the job that you've purchased it for. So if you force it in, this is going to happen. So please, if it feels like it's tight, rotate it back and start again, otherwise this is going to happen. And one final thing that I'm going to mention before I show you how to fit is the vehicle wiring colours. So every vehicle that this part fits, MK7 Fiesta, MK8 Fiesta, MK2 Puma, it uses the same end unit, which I've got here. So it uses the same end unit, but these two wires are different colours on all the vehicles. So if you've got a Fiesta MK7, that's a 7 or a 7.5 from 2008 to 2017. On our units, the cables are black and red. So on the MK7, you put your green wire to our red wire, and you put the black wire on the car to our black wire. On a MK8 Fiesta and a MK2 Puma, they are both the same. You'll see that these cables are red and green. Now, annoyingly, these are the opposite way around to what they should be. So on our unit, the red wire attaches to the green wire. The black wire attaches to the red wire. Make sure you get these right, because if you reverse the polarity, it won't work and you might also blow the unit. Let's get on now that I've finished lecturing you, let's get on to the installation video. I'm sorry if I seem forceful, I just want you to have the best possible experience when you're fitting this product. We are really proud of it, we're really happy with how it's come out, and I want you to have the best experience when you're fitting it, and I want you to absolutely love it when it's installed. So if you follow what I've just said, follow what I'm about to say, you will have the best possible experience with this item. Please send us your photos, we really want to see them. Have fun. To begin, we are going to unfasten the battery live. So first thing you need to do is lift up the red cap that covers the battery live, and then you're going to take a 10mm socket. It is usually a 10mm. You're going to unfasten the battery live until it's fully loose and won't unfasten anymore. Once you've fully unfastened the bolt, you're going to lift up the battery live so that there's a bit of clearance between the battery terminal and the wiring, and you're going to take a rag and shove the rag in between. Now you need to make sure when you're doing this that it is 100% covered with the rag, because if there's any positive left in there, you're going to give yourself a nice shock when you go to the puddle light. Dead. Dead. So once you've taken the mirror cap off, which we've shown you in a different video, I will link that video in the comments. The next thing that you need to do is take out the indicator. Now, if you haven't already got our sequential indicators, now would be a great time to upgrade. But we're just going to take out this screw here. So I'll go ahead and take that out now. Once you've taken that screw out, you just need to lift this, and then it comes away, and then you twist, take that out and put that to one side for now. Don't lose your screw. So the next thing we need to do is remove the mirror glass. So push it towards the inside of the car with your thumb, and you'll see you can get your fingers in there. Get your fingers in as far as you can, and you're just going to pop it off. Okay, that's all you're going to do, you're just going to pop it off. You saw that that was quite easy. Don't bend it because you might break that, but just literally get your fingers in and just do that motion to pop it off. And again, shift that out of the way. And then the next thing that we're going to be doing is removing that screw and that screw. So let's do that now. Them two are now out. So just to summarise what we've done, we've taken the screw out of the indicator, We've removed the indicator, got it out of the way. We've popped the mirror glass off of the front, and then on the bottom of the mirror we've undone that screw and that screw. The next thing we're going to do is take this fascia off, and to do that it's these clips here. See, there's one there and one there. All we're going to do is push that clip up, both at the same time, and then push it forward to release it. It's going to be a little bit harder for me because I haven't got it plugged in, but you've seen that that one's just released straight away. Let's go and do that one. So that one's already released. You can see that one there is released, and then that comes forward. Now if you've got the mirror on your car like that, all you want to be doing is just tucking that out of the way and making sure that it stays safe for the time being. And this here, this piece, is the puddle light. As you can see on the bottom, there's your puddle, and there's only one screw holding this in, and it's there on the back. So let's go ahead and undo that screw now. Obviously it's a little bit fiddlier for me because I've got to hold the mirror with one hand and do what I'm doing, but generally that'd be a lot easier for you. So the next thing that we're going to do is just release this from its housing. So if you get your finger there and where the puddle light is, all we're going to do is just push it upwards a little bit just to release it there, and it's held in with a clip there. And all we're going to do is just make sure that we disengage it from that, and then we're going to move it towards the front of the light. And as you can see, you can go front or rear. I would find it easier to go through the front, but if you want to come out the rear, I'll show you that it does come out of the rear as well. And there you go, that is your puddle light. Now I'll show you how we're going to wire that in. Right, we just want to give ourselves a little bit more space to work with, so we're just going to take this wire from underneath here. So you just see these two here, you're just going to separate them, and as you separate them, we're just going to move the wires. Just try your hardest not to get it trapped, because if it traps it might strip the wire, and that's the last thing that you want to do. And then look, you can see you've just got a lot more space to work with now. We are going to send it back under there in a second, but just to give you a bit more work to play, a bit more space to play with, we're just going to do that there. Right, next we're going to cut this. What we're going to try and do is give it about 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters, maybe a bit more, and we're just going to cut both. Now this is the point where you need to make sure that your battery was disconnected, because if you have not disconnected your battery and you cut that, you're going to cause yourself serious problems and you're going to cause your car serious problems. So do not make that cut until your battery is disconnected. So that is now disconnected. Next we're going to strip the cable a little bit. You can either use wire strippers or you can use these, which are obviously snips. And all you're going to do is you're going to squeeze it a little bit, but not fully. So just squeeze it a little bit. You can see there, look, it isn't fully squeezed. And just pull it upwards, and it's going to leave you with a bit of cable. Now you want to be leaving yourself with at least a centimetre. If you can do a little bit more than a centimetre, that's perfect, but you need at least 1 centimetre there of cable. We're going to twist them now and just make sure that they're all nice and tight. And that's that done. On to the next step. Next we're going to take the connector clips that are supplied in your kit and you're just going to clip them upwards. There's 2 of them, so do that to both. And then all we're going to do is we're going to tuck the wire into the clip as far as it can go, making sure that it engages, making sure that it's fully clipped in. And if you look, it's clear so you can see. And then all you're going to do is close the clip and just make sure that it's grabbed it. Just give it a tug, make sure that it's grabbed it. Once you've done that, make sure you do the other side as well. The next step is going to be getting the unit into the mirror. We do that before we connect it because it's easier. Now if you remember before I showed you about getting it out through the front. The reason why I showed you that is because while the original one comes out of the rear, the new one doesn't go out of the rear, it go into the rear, because it's just a little bit taller. It's about 2 millimeters too tall. So in order to get it in, we've got to go through the front, and that's the reason why we strip the front of the mirror. So you're just going to tuck your cables through, get them nice and cleanly out of the way, try not to trap them in anything. And this now is a case of skill. So it's a case of wiggling it until it goes where you want it to go. I'll try and capture it on camera, but I'll try not to swear. It is very tight, as you can see there. And what you're aiming for is we want that unit into that hole, and we want that to line up over that screw. Just give it a shimmy, Give it a wiggle, it'll eventually go. There you go, she's in, she's in. I'm just going to make sure that it's connected. It's not fully in yet. See there, look, there we go, she's in. So what you're aiming for is that this, I don't know if you can see from this view, this tab needs to go over that hole. This plastic tab here goes over the right hand tab, and you're just making sure that that puddle light looks like it's flush where it needs to go. And then you're left with two cables coming out of the top. Now we're going to wire them up. Now the funny thing with these is Ford use a red and a green, however they're the complete polar opposites to what they should be. So I'm just going to move that one out of the way so I can show you. On our unit, the red wire goes to the Ford green wire. So you're going to shove your red into there as far as it'll go. You're going to clip it shut. You're going to give it a tug from that side. Give it a tug from that side. That is done. So that is red wire to green wire. Now I'm going to do the black wire to the red wire. Now that both of your wires are connected, it should look something like this. So you've got green to red, you've got red to black. And all we need to do now is just make sure that everything goes out of the way, because we're going to pop that screw back into there. Now if you've got them all mixed up, the one that goes in there is the smallest one of the four that we've removed so far. So let's go ahead and get that one put back in. And that's nice and tight. Now your puddle light isn't going anywhere. Next thing we're going to do is rebuild the front, because without the front we can't put the other bits back in. So you're going to line everything back up where it needs to go, and you'll see that there is two tabs that this clips onto. Let me find them and I'll come back to you. Hard work with the mirror in the way. So you'll see when you try to put this back together that once you've lined it up at the bottom, that there's two tabs. There's one there which clips on to there, and one there. So you've got there and there, and all you're going to do is push them, make sure that them two engage, and make sure that all the way around it's nice and flush. Then we're going to pop them two screws back in. Once them two screws are back in, which I'm not going to do for the nature of this video, but once them two screws are back in, I'm going to pop this back on, turn it the right way around, and all you're going to do is just line it up, two hands, nice firm push. Hi again. Next is the indicator back in, so we're going to pop the indicator back into its slot, back into there. Make sure that you don't do what I've just done and put your bulb in after. So put your bulb in first, you clip them little tabs into there, so you see there's two tabs, they both slide in there, and then there, like so, and then you're going to just move that cable out of the way, and you'll see that you're going to pop your screw back down into that hole. I'll do that now. Okay, so to confirm, we've now, puddle light is in place, you can see it there. There are your two cables, just make sure that they're still nice and out of the way here. Your sequential indicator, or your indicator, whatever you've got, big up the cell, sequential indicator, is back installed. The screw is back in, both the screws are back in the front of the mirror. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to put your cap back on, you're going to go to the other side, do everything that I've just shown you how to do again, and then once you've done all that, you're going to reconnect your battery and everything should work. So the final part of this installation is to make sure that the logo sits in a position that you're comfortable with. So when it's fitted there, you can see it's the wrong way around, but we supply this handy little silver tool. You'll see on the projector lens there's two small holes what the pins go into, and it's simply a case of chuck the pins in the hole and just twist the logo until you're happy with it. Now there is no right or wrong way that this logo goes, it's purely preference. If you want it facing inside or outside, that's totally up to yourself. As you can see by the amount of fiddling about that I'm doing now, a little 1mm turn rotates this logo really far. So it is going to take a bit of fiddling, a bit of fettling until you get it where you want. And as soon as you've got that logo in the position that you want, then it's job done and it's on to that next mod.